Let's talk about something that is, just one of the most frustrating things you can go through as a parent. You have this bright, capable kid who just seems to have shut down. They've stopped trying, they've stopped caring, and it feels like they've just stopped engaging with life. And, it's so easy to slap one simple label on it. You see him on the couch, right? Glued to a screen, homework's not touched, and that's the word that just pops into your head: laziness. But what if that's not just the wrong word? What if that's the wrong diagnosis entirely? Because you know this. You know it deep down. You've seen that spark. You know how clever and quick they can be when they want to be. So this isn't about intelligence, and honestly, that's what makes this whole thing so confusing. And if you're really honest with yourself, you probably have that nagging feeling that lazy doesn't really fit, does it? It just feels too simple, like it's some kind of character flaw, when what you're actually witnessing feels more like a system-wide shutdown. Well, the source material we're digging into today offers a totally different diagnosis, one that's a lot more accurate and, frankly, a lot more empathetic. It's not about being lazy, it's about being lost. He's lost his sense of meaning. So let's just reframe this whole problem. We're going to stop judging the behavior and start trying to understand the internal state. Because the real issue here isn't a lack of effort, it's a profound, hollow sense of emptiness. And this isn't some philosophical thing, it's a neurological response. It's not a choice. When the brain can't find any meaning or purpose behind an action, it does the most efficient thing it can. It just disengages. It stops wasting precious energy. It's a shutdown, not a rebellion. Think of it like an iceberg. What we see above the water, that's what we call laziness. It's the arguments, the excuses, the constant "I'll do it later," but that's just the symptom. The real issue, the giant mass of ice hidden underneath, is this state of emptiness, a total collapse of motivation, attention, and energy. And this is just a crucial point to get. You think you're pushing against a wall of defiance, but you're not. It's more like you're shouting into a void. He isn't actively fighting you, he's just running on empty. There is literally nothing in the tank to give you. Okay, but where does this lead? Because this state of emptiness isn't static. It's an active, corrosive state. And if you don't do anything about it, it creates a really dangerous downward spiral. And this timeline, wow, it's pretty sobering. In the first year, you see the external effort just stop. But by year 2, something much deeper has happened. The internal belief system starts to corrode. He stops believing he's even capable. And by year 3, this can settle into a really deep apathy, a sense of just waiting for it all to be over. Okay, that is a really bleak picture. But the whole point of this isn't to leave you there. There is a clear, actionable path forward. And the goal isn't to somehow fix the motivation. It's about going deeper. It's about restoring the meaning. This distinction is everything. Forget the motivational speeches, forget the punishments. That's like trying to fuel a car that has no engine. It's just not going to work. The real work isn't about giving them a temporary jolt of inspiration. It's about methodically rebuilding the engine itself. So how do you do that? Well, it breaks down into 3 pillars. First, you have to re-engage their thinking. And I don't mean with homework. It could be a puzzle, a debate about a movie, anything to just get the gears turning again. Second, you help them direct their attention, maybe with a short, focused activity they choose themselves. And third, and this is absolutely key, you engineer small wins. A completed level in a game, fixing a bike chain. Any tiny victory starts rebuilding that confidence from the ground up. And the purpose behind all of this, it's really powerful. It's not about pushing or nagging. It's about creating the right conditions to essentially relaunch the brain, to get those neural pathways firing again, so that the child's own internal drive can kick back in. So what does a successful relaunch actually look like from your kid's perspective? It's this incredible internal shift. It's when they go from a place of "I can't" to a genuine belief of "You know what? I can." From "This is pointless" to "Okay, I actually need this." And finally, from total confusion to real clarity. And I know why. So when you boil it all down, the most important takeaway here isn't some tactic or trick. It's a fundamental, deep shift in your own perspective as a parent. And that's really the core message right there. Stop fighting the daily battles over motivation. You're just going to exhaust yourself and it's not going to work anyway. Instead, shift your focus to the real project, helping your child rebuild a sense of meaning in their own life.
Which leaves us with one last big question to think about. What would change in your approach, in your relationship, and in your child's future? What would change if you decided that the true goal here wasn't just short-term motivation, but long-term purpose?